Want to learn how to change layered SVGs to print then cut for dome candy holders? Then keep on watching. Hey y'all, Victoria Cherie here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and we're going to jump right into how to make print then cut candy dome favor holders. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have Design Space open. We're going to be using the Cricut and working in Design Space. And in the top right corner, we're going to click on the green New Project button. Once we have our canvas open, we're going to go to the left side panel and select Upload because the design is going to be from Creative Fabrica, and I'll link that in the description. We're going to click Upload Image. There's two ways you can bring this in. You can click on Browse and search your computer, or if you're like me, I like to have my folder already open and just click and drag over. So we're going to select the SVG image, click, hold, and drag it over until the background turns mint green, then release. Okay, this is the design we're using. Bottom right corner, click Upload. Now that we have it uploaded, make sure you have it selected. Bottom right corner, click Add to Canvas. All right, so this is how the design comes in. So we're going to right click and select Ungroup. Right now I'm just moving each layer so that we can see them all and finding the back layer. All right, so with this being the back, I'm going to move everything else back over here, and I'm going to center everything as well. So I'm going to select everything that's on my left side. I'm going to go to the top where it says Align. I'm going to align it to the bottom, and then I'm going to align it center horizontally. Okay, so this is what's going to be print and cut. Now I did notice that the rosy cheeks were missing that. So what I'm going to do is go to Shapes and just get the square and change that to a rectangle. And that's going to give us the rosy cheeks. So I'm just going to resize that. I'm going to change the color to pink, and then I'm going to move that layer to the bottom. Once I do that, I'm going to select everything. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to select Flatten. Okay, now this is going to be ready to print and cut. Next, we're going to go to Shapes and select the circle, and we're going to change that to 2.97 size because my dome is going to be a different size than the design. Once I do that, I'm going to select everything and make sure it's aligned and centered horizontally and vertically. Once I do that, you're going to position the circle to where you want the hole to be. Next, you're going to go to your layers panel, and holding down Shift, you're going to select the flatten layer and the background layer. Do not select the circle layer. And now we're just going to resize it by dragging the corners to make sure it's the same size as our black circle. Doing this will make sure that your SVG will match any size dome that you have on hand. And once you're done resizing, delete your circle. All right, so we have our print then cut layer, and we also have our basic cut layer. So we're going to go to the top right corner and click Make It. We're doing this on a mat, and it's going to be 12 by 12. Hit Confirm. And we have our two sheets that we're cutting, our print then cut sheet and then our basic cut sheet. Hit Continue at the bottom right, and then we're going to go ahead and start printing. So select your printer, Add Bleed should be toggled on, and use System Dialog Box toggled on. Okay, now with the System Dialog Box, select your printer and click Preferences or More Options. Select where you're putting your paper and the paper type. Change that to photo paper glossy if you're doing glossy paper. If you want to change your colors, go to More Options, select Custom under Color Correction, hit Advanced, then select Color Controls under Color Management. I changed color mode to Adobe RGB and Gamma 1.8. That's how I do mine. Then you can hit OK again, and go ahead and click Print. Now for materials, you can select heavy cardstock, but I created my own custom material, and I have that set to 344s, and the 2 times is off with a fine point blade. So these are my custom settings. It's basically force of 340, but again, you can use heavy cardstock. So now I'm just getting it loaded up, and first it has to read the registration marks when it's doing a print then cut. After it reads the registration marks, then it's going to go around and go ahead and cut the design. Once we're done cutting the first step, then we're going to move on to the second step and get the 65-pound cardstock cut. But just 2 steps. Step 1 is the print and cut. Step 2 is cutting the backing. So these plastic domes are available in our shop. They are adhesive lined, so you don't have to work with the glue gun, just remove the liner. As far as the paper that we used our Party Printables cardstock. This is the 61 pounds. So now we're just going to remove the design from the mat. This is the print and cut, and then this is the backing. So I'm going to just take my double-sided tape and add it to the back of the print and cut design. And then I'm going to take the dome and go ahead and place it in there because I did have adhesive around the circle. Okay, then inside, just go ahead and add your candy. Use wrapped candy. Don't be like me. But yeah, it's quick and easy. Just remove that liner and then add the backing. It's easy to open because it has a perforated back. But yeah, hopefully this was a quick and easy tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe. Later, y'all.